Hello everyone, and we are live. That is super. Hi everyone. All right, can we start now? I think we can start now. Let me just quickly sharpen this thing up, and then we can start. Hope everyone's just doing great, and I hope my audio is fine. So just starting, guys, just a second. Whoever's here, welcome to my stream. Thank you for being here. Whoever's watching this, just quickly need to sharpen my pencil up, and then we can do this. It's just a new setup, so I'm just trying to fix this. So bear with me for a while. All right, let's wait for a while so that some people can join in, and then we can start. All right, so what should we start with first? So I'll do this, try to draw this girl that you can see on your left, the blue one, or should I start with this, what's it called, the guy who's kicking, who's posing for the kick. So let's draw this guy who's posing for the kick first. And hopefully more people can join in then. So just a second. Setup's kind of new, so bear with me for a bit. Yeah, we can start this. Also that I have no idea who's watching because I can't see. This setup is kind of new for me, so just bear with me. All right, let's start. Whoever can join, that'll be awesome. And let's do this. So to start with, we are going to draw this guy on your, you can see on your left, and I will just try to, this guy, we try to make this a little bigger. How about this? Yeah, I think you can see it now. And whoever's here, please leave a message and we can start. So this guy on your left, we are doing is starting with his head first, and then we're gonna do something else now, but for now let's start with this guy. So to start with, what I'm going to do is to, just a second, yeah, that's more comfortable. So what I'm going to do is to start with his head first. Just quickly try to, give his head a little shape. Nothing in detail. Just a basic outline, just placing where his head is going to be at. Darkening his head a bit. Right. I hope you can see this well. Somebody's here, please leave a message. Alright, at least someone's there. Matter, you're here. Thanks for being here. Alright, so let's start. So to draw this, I will quickly place the head first. So the head is coming here. Right. The head is a little leaning in towards the forward, leaning towards the right, to the left side of the screen. So this line would come here and leave it here. Let's draw the eye band that is on his face. So this is how big this eye band is going to be. We're just gonna draw this and let this be over here. Alright, now we're gonna draw the head. Yeah, it looks fine for now. We're gonna detail it in a bit. So I will draw this this bone first, define his neck. Now I need to find out the shoulder, and I will put the shoulder smack here. Right, so that is the shoulder line, and now I know where his neck is going to come. So I will quickly place this line right beneath, below his head. So this line is basically going to define the joining of his shoulder and his neck. So that is the collarbone. I'll just quickly leave this line over here to understand that where it's going. That is this other collarbone. Let's darken this chin up, and the shoulder starts from here and ends here. Here I can see this muscle. I will just give it a little tighten line and leave it here. Whoever is watching, please leave a like or whatever, or leave a message so I know that you guys are watching. I'm just starting with the new setup, so I don't know how it looks. Also, it's kind of tricky for me because we just started streaming like this. Alright, so this is where his other shoulder lies. I'll just quickly leave a little round circular thing to define his shoulder. That is where his elbow comes. I'll just quickly draw this elbow over here, and just a little line to define. His elbow is coming, no detail, no nothing, just basic stuff. I've changed my pencil so it gives me a little sharper edge, sharper point I mean. Right, so this is the muscle. Let me just darken it a little bit and let it be. This line goes here, this line comes here, right. So we have drawn the elbow right. So that's the bicep, that's where his elbow is. Let's make a point, draw a quick line going upwards where we want his hand to be. So we want his hand to come right beneath this line, right? Right beneath this point. And we draw a little line over here and draw this kind of a block thing to explain where his hand is coming. I've drawn it a little below than the actual drawing, so yeah, that will do for now. Let's just draw this roughly and let this be. So this is where his hand is going to come. Let's join it with the bicep. So a quick line can come over here and let this be. So now we know this bicep is over here, the shoulder is over here, and this muscle, this chest muscle, is going to come in the middle. Hey, oh my, what is up? How are you doing? Thank you for joining. I just started this stream with a new setup, so I'm not sure how it's coming on the screen, but I hope it's good. It's better than what was being streamed earlier. I hope so. So yeah, let's quickly get back to it. So there is this other bicep. I'm just drawing this a little bit, trying to find his other elbow. So this distance should be this big, looking at the drawing, looking at the image, reference image, and yeah, so the elbow comes here, right? Let's mark it over here, and let's just join all of this together. I think it's a little extended, but we'll fix it because we still need to make the arm. So the elbow is going to come here. Let's draw another line to define the other hand. So yeah, here's where his other hand is going to come. Let's just give it a little line for his other glove. That's where his other glove is going to come. This distance looks alright, so let's put his thumb in place. So where his thumb is going to come, that is the glove. So whatever we're doing, if something looks off, let it be for now. So you detail it in a bit. So yeah, this hand is kind of dark. That's where his thumb is going to come. These are his fingers. Let's block them down for now. We have his hand in place. We have this hand in place. We have this arm in place. I think it should be a little more extended, but somehow I've made it a little shorter, but that's all right. We can carry on. So let us draw this line that defines his arm joining with his elbow. So we have that in place. Oh my, good to see you. Hope you're well. And finally, I've got you online, right? All right, so let's make his chest. So his chest is kind of like this. This torso is kind of bent, so we'll put that line, the bent line, the little curve. Let's draw his six-pack kind of a thing, his stomach line that's in between. We'll draw that. Now make a line over here, and let's join this, defining his waist. Right below his navel that we have drawn by a point, there is this line that defines his trousers, right? So we'll draw that line and darken it. Right. So once that is done, let's define his hip bone. So his hip bone is kind of somewhere over here. Just draw it lightly. Let's make this line to define his leg, which is kind of a straight compared to his body. So if this is the center, his leg is straight coming down here. We'll put it right here. And let's join this by, all right, since I'm making this, I've discovered that I've made this line a little shorter. So let's make this dark and a little thicker. So that's his hip. You can't see the hip, but you know the way right below the waistline that we have drawn, there should be hip. So we'll just draw it a little lightly, and let's put the knee over here, and let's put this trouser, his leg, trouser that kind of defines his leg in place, and that's how big his leg is, right? So let's just draw it. All right, that's where his trousers are joining from this other leg. So let's draw this line. Smack right here comes a little diagonal line. Even if it's a little thicker, it's all right, because this should be the cloth that's kind of stretched. His leg is inward. We have defined it by defining this line because it's kind of curve. So yeah, let's put this in place. Let's put this in place. I'm sorry I turned this off. So yeah, so basically we have his form in the right, his pose in the right form. Now we can detail it. For detailing, I'm just going to give this a little darker, and then you can put all sorts of detail whenever you want to. If you have time, you can make it super interesting by shading or uh, drawing these lines darker or giving it more detail, all that stuff you can do later on. But to define the pose, this is how um, I would do it, how I like to do it, or the thing, or how it could be done. So that is my way. Let's draw another pose quickly, so that let's draw another pose then. All right, let's draw the pose over here. So we are going to draw this girl now. We make this smaller for you guys. Let's draw this girl in a dancing pose. Ta-da! Right, it's a difficult pose, and but we'll draw it, no worries. All right, I don't think many people are watching this, but however, let's keep drawing. Might people join it, might people don't, who knows. So yeah, let's keep drawing. So for this other drawing, I will start with the head. Always I start with the head, but you can draw with wherever you feel like drawing with. So yeah, but why not to draw with the head first? So her head is kind of leaning the other side. So most of the time, in this pose, mostly what you're seeing is her jawbone, and that is what's defining her, uh, the position of her head, right? Because it's leaning the other way. And so yeah, let's draw that first. So what we can start with is, let's draw the jawline first. So the jawline is here somewhere. From here we will make the drawing evolve. So that's the chin, and this is where her ear is, and that's the back of her head. Right, what I can do is make this reference a little bigger, maybe. Yeah, all right, this will do, I think. We don't have many viewers, but that's okay. So whoever's watching this, please leave a message so I know you guys are watching. So we are going to darken this up. We are making the back of her head. Let's draw the little line to define the position of her head. It's kind of this curve will define it, right? We'll do detailing in a bit. Just trying to draw the pose quickly. So yeah, we have her head in place. That's her ear. That is her ear. So let's draw the line for her neck. That is where her neck is going to come. Let's draw it. Right. Let's draw a little bit of her lips, a little bit of her nose, a little bit of her cheekbones, and a little bit of her forehead. Right. That's the ear. Let's darken this a little bit. Right, let's move further. So you can see a diagonal line from her shoulder. That's where shoulder is going to come. And that's the neck. So this line is defining her shoulder position and where her arms are going to be. So right from here, let's draw this tiny circle that defines her shoulder. Just a tiny circle. Yeah, so from here, her hand, I'm going to draw the bottom of this arm, just the line going outwards and getting a little curved. And let's draw the bicep for the next part. It should be big as this, can't be bigger than this, can't be longer than this. That's where the folds are. That's where her elbow is kind of placed. I think you can see the drawing, right? Yeah, you can. All right, let me just make this hold a little outwards. Yeah. So this is her elbow. Elbow should be big as this, yeah, longer than this. All right, this is fine. So let's draw this line to define her hand. Her hand is kind of outwards, pointing upwards. This is where her hand will come. Let's draw the line defining this hand and the arm. It's a little curve going upwards. This will do fine. There's this hand. I'm not going to do the detail of her hand. Just gonna leave this for now, and we'll come back and do the detailing. So we've defined her first hand, first arm, and her head. So from here we can take the drawing further. So right where this line ends is her other shoulder, right? You can see this other shoulder in the reference, and that's her chest. So let's just define. You can see this line, a little curve over here. Let's draw it so it will help us find the pose, find the posture, right? Now where this curve ends is this line going upwards for her other hand or other arm. That's where her elbow is. If you look at this line, draw an imaginary line. It's kind of pointing right where the chin is, just a little bit above the chin. So yeah, let's draw this point over here and join this, right? So where the curve ends is her breast. We'll draw a little curved line and define her torso. So her torso is kind of slick, a cylinder form. This line goes a little curvy. Let's put it here. We're going to come to this part in a bit. Just going to draw the rest of the torso. There's another ribs, another dent because of the ribs, and this line is coming downwards. So let's just leave it here for now. Let's draw the shoulder, just a little tiny curve. Yeah, another outward curve going towards her elbow. This is where her elbow is. Let's put a little few wrinkles over here. Give a line to define her hand. So we will draw this line like that, and diagonal line that joins her elbow with the hand. Right, we're going to leave this line over here. Let's define her other hand. So it's kind of pointing outwards. That is okay. We'll draw this curve, not detailing it, just trying to find the lines. So that's where her thumb is, and we'll let this be over here. I hope you can understand some bit of this, but we'll do more drawings, and it's kind of little what's it called, lengthy, but if you keep on doing this you can speed this up real quickly. All right, so that's her hip. It's kind of a little curved line over here. We draw the curve, the rest of it can be light. It's kind of joining in from here. So let's put this curve. That's the thigh, and her knee is coming somewhere in between this arm. If you divide this, take an imaginary line, right in like half of this arm is where her knee should come. So we have this point, we have this point. Let's join it. So I'll draw a little curved line coming outwards towards her knee. That's where her knee is. So we have made this first part of her leg. Let's join this. Hips around, going towards her thigh, inwards, and that's where it's joining towards the knee. Let's put this curve over here. All right, to find thickness, the thing that I usually do is shade. Just a little shade to understand how thick or how big is this shape going to be. So I'm just drawing, if you notice the shadows, I'm just drawing that shadow, little curve going upwards, and this is where it ends. This extended part doesn't matter because we're supposed to make this other leg over here. So yeah, now I know exactly how thick her thigh would be, and I will draw this line that is below this part. So yeah, let's draw. All right, let's make this foot. So the knee is coming down over here, We'll draw a quick line going diagonal outward, downwards, and this muscle, I'm not sure what's called, I've forgotten, but I'll remember it in a bit. So yeah, this length looks fine. We'll detail it in a bit. And this looks fine. Let's draw it nice and sharp. Draw it nice and sharp. All right, now we are at the foot part. So where this heel comes, is her other thigh. So because she's jumping, right? So that's the posture. So we will draw it. So where does this line start from? Where does this thigh start from? If you look at the reference, it is actually going to start from over here, like beneath this leg. So let's think that this leg doesn't exist and draw it. So her waist and her hips should be here. Hips are here. So the hip bone is somewhere over here. Let's draw this little tiny triangle, just a little doodle to understand. So the leg starts from here. Let's draw this line. Just a curve, and let's end this here because it's joining over here. So now we exactly know where this thigh, where his heel is coming, in the middle or a little above, little more outwards towards this other thigh. So we know its thickness now. Let's draw this line and join it to this hip. Ta-da! Let's darken this so that it makes more sense. To darken it, I will just use the same shading, right? Now let's draw this foot. The ballerina pose, he is wearing that shoes. So this is a little curve going outwards. The heel is coming over here. The toes are here. The shoes are here. So that defines her other foot, right? All right, from over here, let's draw this other part of her foot. It's going outward, a little curve. The legs are a little dented over here, and then it's outwards. Let's draw this line in middle. So I broaden this up. Shouldn't be this broad. So I'm going to make it a little shorter in width. I'm just following the shadow. We have this middle line, so we are not gonna go anywhere out of this line so that it doesn't look out of proportion. All right, so let's draw her other foot. Should end over here. The heel and the ankle and the toe. And that's the toe. Let's darken this, darken this, darken this, darken this, darken this. All right, so we have this pose ready. You want to detail it. Let's detail it just a bit. Just a bit. Just some darkening stuff. Darken, 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 darken. All right, let's draw this hand. So what I'm going to do is I will remove this picture for now. How do you remove it? Let me just check quickly. Dude, I want to remove this. How do I remove this? Tell me, how do I remove this? Oh, I don't want to see the audio mixer. I'm sorry about this. I think it's this image. It is this image. I've removed this image. Let's make this image bigger so that you can see the hand. So I'm going to make this really big now, and just explaining the hand. So yeah, this will do, I think. Let's draw her hand. I hope you guys are watching. Whoever is watching, please leave a message. All right, so for this hand, I'm gonna draw it over here. And so what do you see? You see this block, right? Let me draw this block over here. Whatever I've drawn. And detail it at a larger scale so everyone can understand. So for now I've just given this block, right? Let's detail it. So for detailing this, what do you see? You see this this bone that joins the hand, right? from the arm. So we will draw that. We'll go up to draw the first knuckle, and well, you can start wherever. If you're starting from here, from the pinky, you're starting from the palm, you can start from the knuckle. You shouldn't start from the thumb because that will be too difficult. You can start from this, but whatever you do, just stay in the block that you have already drawn. So what we are going to do is now make the first finger, and I'm starting with this knuckle. I'm going to try to stay, I'll try to stay in this block because that block is over here. I'll try to stay in this block. So let's draw, right? That's the first knuckle, that's the first finger. Let's draw this line, let's draw this line, let's end this here because that's where her finger ends. So just a little bit of tiny finger that you can see. Now you can see the thumb. So let's draw this line defining her thumb. That's the first segment of her thumb going downwards over here. Let's leave it here. Let's darken this. We're just drawing the shadows now because we need to find the line. So I'm drawing the shadows of the thumb, darkening it, darkening it, darkening it, darkening it, darkening it, darkening it. So now the thumb is in place. Let's draw the other finger. Let's darken this finger as well so everything looks the same. So there's a little gap, and then you have this other finger. We'll draw this other finger. You'll remember that we are going to stay within this. We might get a little above, little below, little outwards, but conceptually this will stay in this segment of whatever block we have drawn here. So yeah, let's draw. So we have this finger is over here somewhere, little longer than the first because it's a middle finger. Let's darken this edge, darken this edge, darken this edge. What's the name of the pencil? It's Faber-Castell. It's just an HB for darkening it. I'll be using this other pencil, Mono Art. I really like this pencil, but it's too soft right now. It's just too soft for these kind of quick drawings, and because these are too tiny, detailing. So I just want to use HB for now. And usually HB is just fine for all kind of works, but I prefer softer pencils, but not for this session. So yeah, I'm just darkening this line, making her other finger. It ends here. Let's draw the third finger. The third finger is kind of really dark at the bottom, so we'll just shade, make this darker, make this darker. Now we have also defined where the fourth finger is going to come, so let's just keep making this darker, 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 and it kind of gets lighter from over here. So let's give it a little curve and let this be for the lighter part of the drawing. For the lighter part of the finger, we'll just give it a tiny line to explain. Right, so we have the third finger in place. Let's draw the fourth finger. The fourth finger is entirely dark, just the tip is light, so we're going to make this darker, darker, darker. We are not worried about any drawing. We're just looking at the shadow and drawing the shadow. We are not drawing the line right now. We're just drawing the shadow. Yeah, just this part only, right? And let's draw this line to define the fourth finger. Now what we are going to do, we can see the entire palm is like kind of dark. So we will darken this, 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 darken this. So we have her hand in place. Right. Let's draw a little detail. Little detail, little detail, little detail, little detail. So yeah, the same kind of detail will come over here. It's just too small, so that is the only reason I'm not drawing over here. Oh, sorry, over here. But yeah, I think you get the idea, right? So let's draw it over here. It's just too small, it's just too tiny, so that is the only reason I'm not. It'll take more time, but still, I'll just draw it lightly. Just draw it lightly. I mean, the nib of the pencil is thicker than the it's kind of thicker than the space we have, so that is the only reason I'm not drawing it over here. Let's draw this other hand, right? So for that, let me put this. Oh, you won't be able to see it. All right, let me make this smaller. Let me make this smaller, and I will draw other hand then. Right, where you can see the whole thing. Right, let's draw the other hand. I hope you guys are watching. I don't think anyone's watching now, but yeah. Alright, for this other hand, let me draw another block just as we have drawn this block. So take like this, that's the knuckle, that's the finger, that's the first finger. Right from the knuckle, her second finger should appear, it ends over here. There's this line going outwards. It's little detail would do. That is where her third finger appears from. So we will draw this line, let this end over here, take it upwards, and that is where her fourth finger kind of shows. We'll draw this line, this pinky line. That's the first segment, that's the second segment, and that is where you can see the thumb joining from the palm, and that is the thumb. Little curve would do, little curve would do. I hope you can see the drawing. Yeah, you can. Right, it's just that it's too light, so might be a problem seeing, but yeah. Alright, so that is her other hand now. I think you have made sense to you guys, whoever's watching this. So I might just end the stream over here. I hope you had a good understanding of these two poses. We have been streaming since what? I don't know the time, because I can't see the time. Whatever, right? Alright, so since that is done, let us draw something else now. So I was thinking to draw another hand. So let's just add an image of the hand that I want to draw, right? Just looking for the image. Give me a while. Give me a second. Just looking for the image that I want to draw. Just looking for that image I want to draw. Yep, let's draw this hand. Alright, let's bring it here. Let's draw this hand. It's kind of a more detailed hand, so it'll be fun to draw. Let's draw another page. Alright, let's start drawing. If anyone's watching, please let me know. Please let me know. Alright, to start with, let's give this hand some basic block work, and then we can move forward from over here. Or should I just, redo the stream? What I'm gonna do is, since it's been a while, I'll just redo this stream again, so whoever's watching, they can come